Welcome back to Big Eats, everyone. I'm your chef Leah, and as you know, this week's theme is Korean. We are also camping here, but our special guest is Benna.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Ben.
I was looking for a campsite, but what is this? What is this whole setup?
Well, we are actually gonna make some food today, some Korean food. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll stay then.
Yeah.
Let me get comfy.
Do you know what we're gonna make today?
What are we making today?
We will be making 4 different things today. Yeah, so in Korean culture, there are these things. It's called Banchan, and that means side dishes. And Koreans eat that with every meal. So there are like different types, but we're just gonna make 3 different types of Banchan, and then 1 main. So our main is gonna be Kimbap. Do you know what Kimbap is?
I think it's like a Korean sushi.
Yeah. So there's different fillings. Today we're gonna be making a tuna one, but you can put like beef in it or whatever you want really. And then we're gonna have 3 banchan. We're gonna have a cucumber salad. We're gonna have a stewed potato, which is really yummy. And then our last one is a Korean cheese corn. Yeah, and that's really yummy. So, how about we get started? For our tuna kimbap today, you're gonna need some rice, seaweed sheets, pickled radish, rice vinegar, imitation crab, but then we have frozen, and then optional are some eggs.
You will also need sesame seeds and avocado, soy sauce, sesame oil, green onions, and spinach, which is optional, and also 1 garlic. And today we're using tuna, but you can also use fish cake or beef.
Our ingredients for our braised potatoes today will be obviously some potatoes, and these are baby potatoes. We're using these because usually the russet potatoes, the ones you find in your usual grocery store, it's like this big and it's brown, have too much starch in them. And these have less, they're waxier, that's what we call them. They're waxier potatoes, so they'll do a little bit better, they'll hold up a little better. We also have some water, some cooking wine, some soy sauce, and rice vinegar.
You will also need sesame oil, sesame seeds, sugar, and olive oil. And if you have honey at home, you can use that too.
The ingredients for our cucumber salad will be sesame seeds, rice vinegar, soy sauce, sugar,
cucumbers, green onion, and red pepper powder.
For corn cheese, we're gonna need a bell pepper, which is optional, some sugar, salt, pepper,
mayonnaise, corn, and mozzarella cheese, and a bit of butter.
That's all.
Let's make our tuna kimbap.
Oh, I think Amanda's calling again.
Hi everyone! Today I have another cooking nugget, and this one is about tuna. So, did you know that Americans eat more tuna in the summertime? Nearly 30% of tuna eating occasions are during the summer. Have you been eating tuna? And what have you been eating tuna with? Let us know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.
Have I been eating tuna? I don't think so.
The last time I ate tuna was a little bit ago, but we're just getting into summer now, so probably I'll eat more. Anyways, let's season our rice. So what we're gonna need is a bowl. We're gonna need a bowl, and then we're just gonna add, would you mind adding some 1 tablespoon of the vinegar, and then I'll add some sugar. You just eyeball it. And then as you can see, we're mixing it, and we're just gonna mix it until it becomes, until everything is dissolved, which might take a little bit.
Wow, who else loves this sound?
Yummy to my ears. Yeah, you have to make sure it's really dissolved because you're gonna put it in your rice.
True. Here, I'll hold it.
Oh, good. Yeah, this is our rice. We have a lot today. I don't know if we're gonna use all of it, but here it is. And then when Ben is done, she's gonna drizzle it on top, and then I'm gonna smoosh, smoosh, drizzle it.
All right.
Beautiful. Okay, Benna, your turn. I'm tired.
Okay, wait, let's just...
Let me move this.
Okay.
Now I'm just gonna open this tuna and drain it.
Leah, what if you make kimbap using brown rice?
Yeah, that's totally fine. This recipe is pretty loose, so you don't really have to follow exactly what we do. Just put whatever tastes good to you.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I did this, and then our rice is done. So now we are going to put it on a pan.
We're gonna make our seasoned tuna flakes. So first, open your can of tuna and remove the water or the oil that is inside. Then put it onto a heated pan and drizzle some toasted sesame oil over it.
Here you go.
All of it, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
And while she does that, I'm just going to mince up this clove of garlic for her that she'll need later.
So should I drizzle the sesame oil, drizzle it right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna cook it for about 2 minutes.
And then we're also gonna add some sugar in here. And then we're gonna add some garlic.
Garlic.
So you're just like salt. And then we're gonna add a little bit of pepper. Freshly ground is always better because there's more flavor than the pre-ground pepper.
Okay, I have a prediction on what the comments are gonna say right now.
What are they gonna say?
Leah loves her pepper.
I do love my pepper. Okay, I have these green onions set aside for later on, but what we need to do right now is we are going to cut this radish. So this radish is pickled and it's very long, but I'm just going to cut it in half lengthwise, as you can see here. So I cut it in half now, and I'm just going to cut it into strips. Actually, it's kind of big, huh? But I'm just gonna cut it into a strip and then probably cut it in half again.
Now we're gonna add in the green onion into our tuna. And I'm also gonna turn off the stove. I'm gonna add some more sesame oil to our tuna.
It smells good already.
And lastly, for our tuna, we're gonna add sesame seeds.
My hands are kind of dirty, but that's okay. Yeah? Is that
Okay,
good?
1 tablespoon.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, I feel like that, yeah.
Just for
Okay.
fun.
Just for extra flavor.
Yeah, and we're gonna set that aside in a bowl.
Now we're gonna saute our spinach with salt and pepper. So before we cook our spinach, I'm going to put in some sesame oil.
So it doesn't stick to the pan.
Next, I'm gonna put in our spinach.
That's a lot of spinach.
Yeah,
You should probably, we'll do 2 batches. Yeah.
got it. Got it, Chef Leah.
You're just going to add a little bit of salt to flavor your spinach.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a lot. And then a little bit of pepper. I can't do it with a hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to cook it until it's done, maybe like 2 to 3 minutes. And then that'll be it. I'm just cutting these radishes into little strips.
I think they're good now.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
On to the next batch.
Yep. On to the next batch.
Now that I'm done cutting these strips, I'm gonna put them back into this bowl so we can save it for later.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna put in the rest of our spinach.
So now I'm gonna teach you how to cut an avocado if you don't know. You're gonna put it flat and you're gonna have your knife flat and you're gonna hold it with your palm and then you're gonna keep your knife parallel to the table, that means flat, and then you're going to put it in and then spin your avocado while keeping your knife flat and then put it all the way and then you will be able to twist it and you'll have these avocado halves. So for this other half of the avocado that does have a pit, if you want to be very careful, you can cut it into fourths. So you cut down this way and then you can twist it again and then take the pit out from there. But the way I'm going to do it is for more experienced people. So I'm just holding it and then I'm going to strike it. I'm going to strike it. So it's like kind of into the pit and then I'm going to twist it a little bit and then it's going to come out. If your avocado is ripe, and then I'm just gonna take it out. So now, with this avocado, I'm just gonna peel it. If your avocado is ripe, you can just peel it, which is pretty cool.
That's smart.
Or you can use a spoon and scoop it out. That's also a good way. Now that we have both of our halves, we're just gonna cut it into strips.
Now I'm gonna crack our eggs into our bowl. I can't crack an egg with one hand, so I'm gonna have to do it with two.
So usually when you crack an egg, you want to crack it on a flat surface because this sharp surface is gonna make more of the shards of the egg when you crack it go in and lead to more shells in your egg.
Yeah. I like eating the shells. I'm just kidding.
Oh. Benna here is gonna whisk it and then we're gonna add some salt too. Ooh.
Whoa, that's a lot of salt.
Yeah. But don't worry, it's 6 eggs.
Okay. My family always whisks our eggs with chopsticks.
Oh. My fingers are chopsticks.
Okay.
No.
What is your favorite utensil? Leah, what is yours?
My favorite utensil? My favorite utensil would probably be chopsticks because they're so versatile.
Good answer.
What about you, Ben?
I also like chopsticks, but I think a spork is pretty nice too because you can, get some soup.
Sporks remind me of the cafeteria when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whisk it a little bit more.
Okay. Vigorous.
We have our eggs whisked now, and you're trying to make sure that it doesn't really have that much egg white in it, so you want to emulsify it pretty well. Now we're going to turn our pan on. We're gonna grab the olive oil, and then we're just going to put it on like medium low. Our pan is on and then we're gonna add some olive oil and then we're gonna add this in probably 3 or 4 batches. We're gonna make a thin layer. Yeah. So whenever you're ready, Benna.
Okay. 3 or 4 batches. Okay.
Yeah, so you're just trying to pour it just to cover the bottom and not any more than that. No, that's good, that's good. You can, if it doesn't cover the bottom, you should move your pan. You should swirl your pan to make sure it does cover. And now we're just gonna cook it and just gonna let it sit.
And then later we're gonna cut it into strips, right?
Yeah. So it's cooked on the bottom. If you lift it up, it should lift up pretty easily on a non-stick pan.
I should flip it?
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful!
Whoa.
That's really pretty.
Yay.
Good job. Round of applause. Okay, it's ready. So I'm just gonna put this on my cutting board. And then Benna, would you like to finish off the cooking?
Yes, I will.
Wonderful.
I would love to.
Ooh, okay, here you go. You probably don't even need that much oil because it's non-stick.
Okay.
So here are the egg sheets. What you can do, which makes it really simple, is you can fold it over, kind of like the pasta that we made, and then fold it and cut it into strips.
Is this much good?
That's good, yeah. And then we're just gonna cut it. Be careful because it's still super hot. All of this egg is cut and is in strips.
Do you guys remember the theme for Big Eats of week 1? Comment in the chat. Leah, do you remember?
I do. It requires something that you do this with.
Huh?
You grab something and you pull it down. I hope you remember, everyone. It's an oven. It was baking week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Out of windows.
Window week. So right now we're covering our rolling mats with some plastic wrap because it makes everything a little bit cleaner. The process is cleaner and we don't really have to scrub any rice or anything that stays on the mat.
What if they don't have these?
If you don't have these, you can just roll it honestly by itself. You don't really, a rolling mat just makes things easier. Okay, we are ready to assemble. We're going to take a sheet of seaweed and you want to place it grippy side up, I think. Thank you. Because I think that's how the rice stays.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you can feel your seaweed, there's one side that's a little less shiny. So you're gonna place that on there. Okay, so we're gonna put some rice on it now.
All right.
You don't want too much. You probably want like maybe a third of a cup or so.
Is that good?
Yeah. And a tip, if you want to spread with your hands, yeah. If you want to spread it with your hands, you can get your fingertips wet and spread the rice like that so it doesn't stick on your hands. A little more. But you want to keep it to one side of your... So you want to keep your rice to one side of the roll. So I'm just going to use my fingers to show you. And you're just spreading it, trying to make an even layer. Now that we spread our rice pretty evenly, we're just going to put everything else on there. So it doesn't really matter the order, but we can place the radish, one strip of radish.
On the ricey end?
Yeah, on the ricey end. So it's better if you have your rice facing towards you, so when you roll, it's a little bit easier. And then we're gonna add some crab. Here you go, Benna.
Thanks.
They're like little snacks almost.
Cheese sticks? No.
Crab sticks. Yeah, okay. Wow, this is so interesting.
This is a lot.
Yeah. So we're just gonna place a crab stick.
Oh wow.
On,
full crab stick.
Yeah. You know,
Can we,
yeah, we can peel it in half and then
so it's a little bit longer.
like that. Okay. And now we can put some tuna,
Okay.
but we don't have a spoon, so we're just gonna use.
Yeah.
That's for the mayo.
Okay.
So we're just gonna add some tuna now. You have to make sure
Thanks.
it's compacted near all your other toppings.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Banna.
It's okay, Leah. She's trying to sabotage me.
Okay, do you want more?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay, let me try to.
Thanks for doing that.
Oh, I'm sabotaging myself too. And then we have our spinach. So we're just gonna grab like however much you want. And you're just gonna lay it on top. You're trying to make everything as close to yourself as possible. So you're gonna compact it towards yourself. So you don't want it to be wide. You want it to be tall-ish. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Because once you roll it, everything's gonna get super big.
Yeah.
And you will be like, what?
That's crazy. Okay, now we have our avocado and our egg. So I'm just gonna grab like a couple slices. Can you help me cut this slice, all of these in half to make it thin? Thank you. And I'm gonna put it on.
Is that all you want for yours?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, slippery.
Okay. After this, I'm just gonna grab a couple egg strips and lay it on.
Egg strip one.
I love egg strips. So yummy. They taste like nothing almost.
Except for oil
Yeah.
and eggs.
Okay, now that everything is good, now we're gonna roll. So when you roll, you kind of want to take everything and then you want to put it over on itself. Oh, this is a lot. This is, oh my.
Yeah, this is a lot
Okay.
for me too.
And then I'm just gonna pull it back a little bit to tighten everything. And then it should be okay. Okay, yeah, it's okay. And then we're just gonna keep rolling until everything is good.
Trust
Yeah.
the process.
Ours are both rolled, so we're just gonna use the knife and cut it into little segments.
Okay.
You wanna make it about this, that's like 1/2 inch.
Wait, do you see mine?
It's okay, you can cut it however you want. Oh, it's okay, Ben, you got
Can
this.
I just eat it like a
Yeah, you can
burrito?
eat it like a burrito too.
Okay, wait, let me try one more time.
Egg.
Okay. Better. This one's better.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. We are going to start with our potatoes now. It's really simple. You can either do this over on a pot, but what's easier is you throw it into the oven and then you just roast them. So we have our oven at 400 degrees and we're putting our potatoes on this, and then I'm just gonna drizzle some olive oil so Benna can toss them in it. Oh, that's kind of a lot. It's okay. So there's that oil, and once she's done, we're gonna pop it in for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Just make sure that it doesn't burn, and you'll be good. So while our potatoes are in the oven, we're gonna make our cucumbers. It's really simple. While I'm cutting them into a diagonal shape, that's gonna be about 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick. Benna's gonna tell you how to make the sauce.
Yep. I'm gonna add soy sauce, sugar, and our rice vinegar into this bowl here.
Make sure you don't use the butt. Well, you can if you want. Whatever you want, really. It's your recipe. Take charge.
Does this look good?
That looks good. And since you're wearing gloves, you can start with your finger if you want. You want to make them pretty thin because you want them to soak up the sauce. I know I said that already, but I'm emphasizing it now. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna drop them in the sauce. And then Benna's just gonna swirl it around.
Yes.
And let it sit. While she's doing that, I'm just gonna add some of this. It's what we used last time. It's gochugaru, however Josh said it. I'm gonna add 1/4 teaspoon. I'm gonna add a little more, but if you don't want it to be spicy, 1/4 teaspoon. If you want it more spicy, up to about a teaspoon, maybe 2. Okay. And then I'm also gonna add
this red pepper is used in a lot of dishes.
It
I
is.
noticed.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna add some of this sesame seed. However much you want. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. But
Yeah, and that's it. You can eat it now after you move it around a bit, or you can let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you can eat it then. Ketjang. Okay, we're gonna let this sit and then start on our cheese corn. Okay, everyone, we are on our corn, our cheese corn, which is very exciting, very yummy. I have a bell pepper here, and what we're gonna do is we're going to cut it. Oh. While I'm cutting this, Benna's gonna mix up our seasoning sauce. So our seasoning sauce is gonna have mayo, sugar, salt, and pepper. So you can take it away, Benna.
all right. I'm gonna start with the mayo. 2.5 teaspoons.
That's almost a tablespoon.
Oh. 1, 2.5. And then I'm gonna get some sugar. Half a teaspoon.
Probably not going to use all of it. Maybe just a third. It depends how much bell pepper you like in your food. You can just add none if you want, because it's an optional ingredient. So if you don't like bell pepper, you don't have to add it. But it adds a nice color to the dish if you are thinking about it.
I'm gonna put in some sea salt. A few sprinkles. Okay. And lastly, a few sprinkles of pepper.
Benna, do you like pepper?
I like pepper. Wait, is anything coming out?
Because the lid isn't open. Be careful, the lid has pepper now.
Okay. Wait, so what do I do?
Open it?
This?
Yeah. No, you just pull it. Yeah.
Oh man, I was a fool.
That's a lot of pepper.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just gonna make it really small, into the same size as our corn kernels. Now our pan is on, we're just gonna add about a tablespoon of butter.
Yes. And then kind of melt it.
Yeah, melt it. So just about a tablespoon. And then once it's melted, then you can reduce it to low. And then you can add all of your ingredients except for the cheese in. So I'm adding these bell peppers. Bell peppers. Okay, and then we're gonna add our corn.
Nice.
You wanna get the rest?
Sure.
And then this mayo mixture. This is what makes it super creamy, along with the cheese. So we're just gonna spread this around until everything is combined. We're gonna keep it on low heat for the rest of the time. Okay, now that it's all mixed up pretty well, we're just gonna add our cheese. You can add however much cheese you want, about a cup or so, I would say. So maybe like that.
Mix it?
Yeah.
All right.
And then once your cheese is melted, you can eat it or you can let it brown a little bit. So it gets a little bit toasty. Okay. Wait, I think Amanda's calling somewhere.
Hi again. Okay, so this one shocked me. So let me know if you knew this because I didn't know. So it said that corn will always have an even number of rows on each cob. So the next time you have corn, maybe you should count and see if this is true. And if you're eating corn anytime soon, let us know on Google Classroom. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool to see if it's true or not. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
What?
Huh.
Wait,
An
okay.
even number.
Maybe I will count my corn next time.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Thanks, Amanda. Okay, our corn cheese is about done. We're just gonna keep it in this pan to keep it warm because when you want to eat corn cheese, it's not like the cucumbers. You want to eat it warm and hot, so then it's melty. The cheese is all melty. So you can see, look at this string.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, but it's super stringy and melty, and that is definitely what you want in your corn cheese.
Yum.
Yeah. So we're just gonna start on our potatoes now. Our potatoes are out of the oven now, and we're just gonna braise them in the pot. So we're gonna turn the pot onto medium-high after we make our sauce. So what we're gonna do is we have a cup of water here, and then we're gonna add 5 tablespoons of soy sauce. So count with me, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Thank you. After our soy sauce, what do we need next? We need our rice wine. So this is our rice wine. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons. Okay. And then our last thing for this braising sauce is some sugar. So we're gonna add 2 tablespoons. Okay, and then we're going to mix this, let's mix this around. And then we can let it dissolve. And then we're gonna put our pan onto medium heat. Well, actually, let's put our potatoes in first. Okay, Benna's stirring, and I'm gonna add the braising sauce now so it doesn't stick too much.
Yes.
Ooh, listen to that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, you good?
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to put this on medium-high heat for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna reduce it to medium, and then probably simmer it for about 15 minutes after that, after it's on medium, and then we're gonna add some other stuff. So let's see. We've turned it on to low after 15 minutes, and I'm just gonna add a splash of sesame oil. And then Ben is gonna add some sesame seeds.
Or 2.
Maybe a little more.
Ooh, a little more.
Okay, Ben, do you wanna mix that around?
Sure.
Okay, we're mixing it around, and we're gonna dump it into our dish. So we're just gonna let this sit for 30 minutes because then the potatoes can really soak up all of that flavor. Or you can let it sit overnight. Okay, so we finished putting everything in the dish. We're just gonna let it sit for at least 30 minutes or overnight. You can put it in the fridge too, just for it to soak up the flavors. But I wanna show you something really cool, Benna.
What?
Let's see. So you see this light bulb, right? It's like really bright, it's yellow. And there's like these swirly things. Let me just.
What are you gonna do? What? Whoa!
It's off! It's off!
What?
I know.
That's crazy.
Ready?
Oh, and you turned it back
I know, I
on.
know.
Alright, what about this one? What about this one? Oh! Okay.
Hi, mystery man. What are you doing down there? Oh, okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay. Wow. Mystery man, I thought it's okay. He just took one of the potatoes, but that's okay. We still have many more. We can just try everything now. Final taste test. Okay, everyone, everything is ready. We've just warmed the corn cheese up again, and we can try it now. Give me your bowl so I can give you some cheese corn.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mmm.
Very cheesy.
I think if we were to eat it super fresh, the cheese would be stretchier, but it's pretty good. It's creamy. We're gonna try our cucumbers now.
Alright.
This is what it looks like. It's been sitting for a little bit, so it's soaked up all the flavors.
Alright. Cheers.
I like it. It's so refreshing. It's really good. Okay, let's try these potatoes. Ready?
Cheers. Nice and starchy.
I like the flavor a lot. It's a little bit savory, a little bit nutty from the sesame oil and the sesame seeds, a little bit sweet from all that sugar. It's really good. All right, on to our last thing, our kimbap. It has the imitation crab, the egg, the radish, the spinach, and the tuna. Mm. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Make sure you snap a picture or a video of your wonderful creations and post it on Google Classroom.
We hope to see you in the next episode of
Big Eats Zoom!